This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals.
And so many playoff implications on the line here tonight. Week 10 of Friday Night Rivals. We're back in Mobile on Old Shell Road on the beautiful campus of St. Paul's High School. And we're at E.E. Delaney Stadium as the St. Paul Saints, ranked number 8 in 6A, take on the Spanish Fort Toros. Two rivals here in 6A Region 1. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan. The good news is both these teams, they know they're in the playoffs.
They know they're in.
Yeah, they got a game next week. Where they're going to play, if they're going to be home on the road, we'll talk about that more through the broadcast.
That's why they're going to play the game tonight.
Yeah, 2, 3, or 4 is what the seeds are going to shake out as behind Saraland. And you think maybe that's not a big deal, but it's a much bigger deal than being number 5.
Yes.
So they're
out.
They're in. So we will talk all about that throughout the evening here. So these teams, I think, kind of similar, kind of mirror each other in some ways, especially offensively.
I think they do, and they know each other very well, too. They're rivals within the region for a number of years now. And they do look and play a lot like each other. And you think about Spanish Fort, they sure do win a lot. How do they do that? They've got players who know how to win. That's a skill in itself. I think the guy we're highlighting tonight, senior running back Sawyer Wilson, he's one of those guys. Slashing running back, not big size, maybe goes about 170. He can deal out some punishment, knows how to win.
Yeah, we've been watching him, as Dan said, do that for a long time on these Friday Night Rivals broadcasts. And a guy we started watching last year, we'll be watching for a few more years, but it seems like everybody's tuning in to watch a certain player for the Saints, and all eyes is going to be on him again tonight.
You can't help it, right? 6'5", number 8, Tank Jones, outside linebacker, hand in the dirt as a defensive end. And also, you'll see him line up in the offensive backfield as a wildcat quarterback. Now, that sounds like, how can that be? But when you see him play offensively, you'll say, now I get it.
Yeah, he's got a couple touchdown receptions on the year, and he's just one of those guys who can do everything. So it's a big matchup here tonight to find out how the playoffs will shake up. We'll talk all about that, but we get ready to kick this one off here from St. Paul's coming up. This all-time series even 8-8, but St. Paul's has lost the last 3 in a row. Can the Toros keep that winning streak alive, or do the Saints snap that streak here tonight and clinch the number 2 playoff spot? We'll find out right after this. Here at St. Paul's, about ready for our Mobile County Sheriff's Office coin toss. Jonathan King, our referee. Has he tossed it yet? Oh, there we go. Now we got that.
I think he was explaining the history of the coin toss.
So, looks like Toros have won the toss, and I would guess they'll defer. They will. So, St. Paul's will have the ball to start this one off here. So, again, if you're just tuning in, big implications here. Both these teams know they're going to the playoffs in 6A Region 1. Saraland, your region champions. They will be the number 1 seed, but whoever wins this game will be the number 2 seed. If the Saints lose this game, they will be the number 3 seed. But if the Toros lose this game, they become the number 4 seed.
Talk about how McGill fits into all this.
So yes, so McGill is in. They are in.
Either 3 or 4. They did win last week against Spanish Fort.
Yeah, McGill is in the playoffs. What a great job David Faulkner has done there. There's Chase Smith. Both these coaches in their 3rd year at the respective schools. Chase at Spanish Fort. See what he's done there. Stops at Robertsdale and Orange Beach as well. And he will try to get his team to bounce back after a loss that surprised a lot of people. The biggest inflatable in Alabama, I think, is on display.
And now is deflated, and down it goes.
Dan Barnett, head coach of the St. Paul Saints, 22-11 here at the Saints, longtime assistant here as well. Did a little stint at College Hill with his overall record. But you see there, 22-11 with the Saints. They come in ranked number 8 on the year. We saw week 1, and they pulled out a come-from-behind victory to beat UMS in overtime 10-3. And we were just talking with Ham on the field before the game. We said, not sure we envisioned an 8-1 team heading into the last week of the season. He said, yeah, we've grown a lot all year and gotten better each week.
They have, and I think that when you look over the results, Spanish Fort has been better offensively this year, and St. Paul's just kind of ain't finding their way offensively, but the defense has been really good from the get-go. 8
points a game, just giving up 8 in this region. It's a tough Friday night, each and every night. So the Toros, Cam Lido will kick off, and
what Cam was chatting with us before the
he was
down at the pregame when the special teams were out there.
The kickers always they're like, hey,
he's moving his tee back and looks at us. What's going on, guys? Boom! Like, hey, so what's going on with you, man?
Cam Gable back deep to receive, along with Tate Johnston, and the rain starts to fall again here. Started coming down, came out pretty good at about 6:15, kind of a surprising shower, and we see the umbrellas pop back out here tonight on week 10 of the regular season, and we are underway here in Mobile.
Let's go.
Johnston at the 5. Reverses it all the way across field, across the 20, and there's a flag for a hold or a block in the back, you would think, and St. Paul's is going to be pinned back deep to open this one up, it appears, as we see Jonathan King, our referee, here tonight. And you see that flag come out, it's almost always going to back them up. You can see the rain there.
On the return team.
Holding call. So that's going to put them all the way back at about the 15. We'll call it the 16-yard line to open things up here for
the return team. First down.
The Saints. Kenny Johnson, the quarterback. A bunch of these Saints players are playing both ways. Look at this formation here. They went no huddle, and they went all lined up single file, and now split it quickly out to Johnston up to the top of the screen. He's upended immediately as Johnston took the pass out there, and immediately A.J. Riley comes up to make the stop, and the senior gets it there. The St. Paul's offense brought to you by Greers. Kenny Johnson, the quarterback. Chastain, the blocking back. Hensley and Johnston, the wide receivers. They'll go to Stevens as well. Delaney out there. Dennison, Robinson, Farnell, Stapleton, and Odell. And rounding up Anthony Frazier, the running back. And he's stood up there in 3rd and long coming up here. The Greer starting lineup. Greer starting lineup for the Toros. Sellers, the rangy defensive end, along with Marino, Lambert, and Wilder. Burkhalter, we'll talk a lot about him at linebacker. Woodall, Gardner, Lombard, Cheshire, York, and Bynes.
Next will go Carlson.
You can hear the raindrops hitting our microphone here tonight on 3rd and 10. See Woodall there in the middle of the field. Now lots of pre-snap motion here. Now they've got Taylor, Odell split out wide at 6'4", 267. They only have 3 in to block, and Johnston has nowhere to go on that one and loses a couple more, and a quick 3 and out as Burkholder, right on cue, comes up with his 9th tackle for a loss on the year. And this Toro defense giving up 15 a night. Force of 3 and out to start this one. And like we said to start the show, like these teams that they just look very similar to one another.
Yeah, and then they come out of these odd formations trying to not look similar to anything that Spanish Fort has seen this year and get nothing.
Ginsburg with a big leg. Booms that one up high, and Nemo Hickson will call for a fair catch. And he'll take it at the 48, so good field position for the Toros. It didn't look like the defense was suffering any type of emotional hangover after that frustrating loss to McGill last week on that first series.
Well, how about in between? You told me that they actually went up to cheer on the girls volleyball team
yesterday.
State.
Yeah, Spanish Fort won volleyball championship, brought the blue map home, and the entire team and head coach Chase Smith went up there and cheered on their lady champions.
Isn't that
cool? And really cool. Did that yesterday. Game was a great win for the Toros. Schamberger, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 483 yards at 45 of 78 on the year, and 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. And give it to Nemo, trying to come around, and Nemo is hit and driven down by Will Abrams, the sophomore. And Nemo Hickson, who had a big game in the 35-6 win last year for the Toros. Great job there by the sophomore to shed the block and meet up with Nemo behind the line of scrimmage.
I mean, that's a big-time play. Both these Abrams guys, not related, by the way, at linebacker, the sophomore, and, of course, Noah, the senior, outstanding player, number 40.
So they lose 2. On that one, Schamberger had a couple interceptions last week. Sawyer Wilson in there. Play clock, they didn't get it off. I don't know if they got a timeout in. They did get their time in. Chase Smith was over there watching the play clock. Feels like a playoff game early in this one. Scoreless between Spanish Fort and St. Paul's on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, week 10 of the Friday Night Rivals season here on UTV 44. Of course, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. And we knew we'd have a good one here tonight. And the defenses have been the story so far on the first 5 plays from scrimmage. For this one, Schamberger after the timeout. Again, gets it out to Nemo behind the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle and gets back up maybe to the line of scrimmage before he's forced out. Looked like they had a chance for a little something to come, but this time it's Noah Abrams over there to make the tackle.
Yeah, Noah Abrams, the senior. Hickson, really good player, too.
Oh,
right? We talked about him for a number of years. Brothers who played?
Yep.
Came through the program, too?
For sure. So Hickson has touched it on both plays here in a 3rd and 9. From the 47. Sawyer Wilson in the backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. They come out in the middle, able to get that one complete up to the 36-yard line as Damian Tate, the junior, has his 6th catch of the year, and Schamberger with a nice throw for The Roof Doctors first down. The starting lineup for the Toros. Schamberger, the quarterback. Wilson, Dan talked about. Edwards and Bonner are the receivers, and they'll get Tate in there to get a lot of action as well. Up front, Chambers, Jones, along with Nolan Gazier. Ryan Perry, the 2-year starter. Staten, along with Miller. Lemoyne, more of a blocking back. And Nemo Hickson, they like to get it to him. And in the backfield, we'll also see E.J. King come in there some, the big running back who's got 14 touchdowns this year. Wilson, 749 yards. And he'll get the give, and he squirts through down to about the 34-yard line. Abrams in there, along with Oliver Cross.
You rarely see Sawyer Wilson lose a yard.
Yeah.
First of all, so he's quick to the hole, very decisive, and good physicality for a guy his size.
St. Paul's defense giving up just 8 a game. McLeod, Dotson, and Cross, their linebackers really strong. Abrams, Jones, Dan talked all about him. One of the top recruits in all of the nation. Noah Abrams, Hayes Baker. That front seven has been playing together for 2 years. Wiggum's got 13 pass block-ups in the secondary, along with Johnson, Hensley, and Cam Gable. Schamberger going to keep it. Bumps into his own lineman, but pushes up to about the 30. He'll be driven back. Chris Dotson there. Schamberger, who's rushed for 465 yards on the year coming into tonight, gets this down to about a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, kind of a read option there. He was reading the end, who was with Wilson, so he keeps it himself.
They split Lemoyne out to the slot. Mason Edwards down to the bottom of the screen. They like to get it to Justin Bonner, number 0, when they have a chance. Now looking, they tried to go to just who we talked about, Justin Bonner, and it's overthrown.
So they had a little tunnel screen set up there. I don't know if it was going to get him the first down or not. Really hadn't developed much. Quarterback throws it off his back foot, so it's not very accurate.
Yep, 4th and 5.
Time to go here, right?
Yeah, from the 30, long on the year for Cam Lytle is 40. He's 5 of 7 on the year, but keep the offense out here at the 30.
Yep, this will be closer to 47. Not going to try it. Need 4.
Tate down to the bottom of the screen with Mason Edwards. Schamberger, little jump pass over the middle, able to get it off to Bonner, and Bonner's going to have the first down inside the 20 and still moving the pile, They haven't blown the whistle yet. All the way to the 13-yard line. They'll get 17 on 4th and 5 and the little jump pass.
Yeah, so the beginning of that play was kind of tantalizing, like don't see this very often. Bang. Now you have the first down. Now look at the end of the play. I mean, how many extra yards does he get from the first time that he is hit by a defender? Maybe 7, maybe 10? I don't know.
Into the Dr. Pepper Maroon Zone with that Roof Doctors first down. The 12-yard line, so a 4th and 5 conversion. Looked like Schamberger he sold that well. Looked like he was going to be a keeper.
Absolutely.
Give it to Wilson on the left side, and Wilson wrapped up. Abrams is in there. Also Cross.
He might have lost a couple.
Definitely did. Back. Lose 3 back to about the 16.
Look at that push by, is that Jones?
Jones, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he just shoved Nolan Grazier right back. Sometimes you don't have to make the tackle. You just get just disrupted enough of those big long arms when you have them outstretched.
He really did. Had good leverage and just broke up the whole play.
2nd and 13. On the keeper, Schamberger has room inside the 10, bounces it in, touchdown Toros.
What a drive.
Aiden Schamberger.
Wasn't perfect and it wasn't easy, but the Toros come out with 6.
Has the big 4th down conversion and then takes that one from 17, and there was nobody on the right side of the field.
No, door's wide open right here. They lose containment. Schamberger, pretty quick athlete.
Yeah, especially when he's in space, right?
No kidding. But great opening drive.
Lytle on for the point after. A&S Calvert touchdown. A&S Calvert innovations in steel strengthened by people now hiring at AMSCalvertjobs.com. And that one blocked. Saints able to block that one file that extra point away for later in this game.
Yeah, you look up there and you're supposed to see 7, but you only see 6. That could be a big deal.
Toros on top 6-0 on the Aiden Schamberger scamper here in the 6A Region 1 battle to close out the season.
Friday Night Rivals at E.E. Delaney Stadium on the campus of St. Paul's Episcopal School. Brought to you tonight by, as always, Dr. Pepper.
Saw Paul Spivey on the field talk to us before the game. You'll see him after the game down there as well.
He'll be down there with us. Also brought to you by the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, the Office of the Sheriff, Sheriff Paul Birch, of course, and by Greer's. Markets all over the place. Since 1916, Greer's got it. And by IBEW 505.
So 3 and out by that Toro defense set them up in great field position. And they go 47 yards on that touchdown drive, converting the big 4th down, and had a short field to start this contest off. And now Lytle to kick off again as the rain continues to fall here on Old Shell Road. Oh, Lytle slips as he made contact with that, and it bounces down to Johnston, who takes it at the 13. And again, trying to come up the near side, turns the corner at the 20. And then late hit. I did not see a flag on. And then some John over there as well. That was Bishop Burkhalter who came over there and put the hit in, and Ham Barnett saying he wants a flag. Well, especially when it's on the home team side, you usually get this. Let's watch top of your screen coming in as Burkhalter. Didn't make a lot of contact, actually.
I guess, yeah, he really hurt somebody else on the sideline. Might have knocked in and really hurt himself.
Yeah, he didn't. It looked way worse.
Yeah, the contact on Johnston wasn't bad.
No, and good job by the officials being right there and just calling what they saw, which was not much. And don't forget that kickoff, Dan, had that holding call that sent them back to the 15 on that first drive, and they were kind of behind it the whole way.
Hamstrung, right?
Yep. I see what you did there, Ham Barnett.
Yeah, I guess.
Frazier with his first carry in this drive, and nothing. Does not even get back to the line of scrimmage before Brandon Marino, the sophomore, hits him for no gain at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, look at this, how active they are, taking on the blocks and giving not an inch. St. Paul's defense has come to play tonight.
So is the Toros. Wilder.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's what I meant to say. Spanish
Wilder
forward.
with the stop there. No gain. Kenny Johnson looks to fire, wants to float one up top. Maybe a little miscommunication, but there's going to be a flag back there. We might have roughing the passer on this one back at the 15.
We're so unnecessary. You're about having a 3rd and 10.
And no receivers there for Kenny Johnson. And now they're going to bring in Tank Jones, as Dan alluded to. And if still having a bit of a discussion out there about the flag that's dropped back at the 15.
Yeah, 2 fouls on the
against
play.
the
We got a
Toros.
pass interference on the defense. That penalty decline. We got a personal foul on the defense. It'll be first down.
Pass interference waved off. They take roughing the passer. And so that'll get them a first down all the way up to the 39-yard line.
But you wondered why the pass was so far off, and evidently it was kind of a holding, a pass interference,
Yep.
which I did not see on the far side of the field.
Tank Johnston, Tate Johnston lines up over on the far side. Tank Jones in there to block, and it's Johnston on the Wildcat, and he gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage again, and they have had no success trying to go to the outside here.
No. Their offense has been a 15-yard penalty so far.
Johnson with 6 touchdowns and 658 yards on the ground. He's really a fun player to watch. He's got Frazier out there with the block, but Isaiah Woodall, the senior middle linebacker, came in there to make the stop.
Have you noticed plays are coming to an end abruptly tonight?
Johnston's only thrown it 5 times, but he's 4 of 5 for 63 yards and a touchdown this year. Stevens goes in motion. Play clock down to 2, and now Ham Barnett's going to have to take a timeout here. The Saints were not sure. You saw Stevens, who usually lines up at a tight end. He came out and was split to the slot. They were not sure what to do, but we'll find out. 2nd and 10 coming up just inside 4 minutes to go. Toros on top by 6. So not a lot of smiles right there for the McMurphy Orthodontics smile cam.
No, that's the defense catching their breath, going over some things. And
Oliver Cross right in the middle.
Yeah, good player, huh?
There, oh, for sure. Mac Marston on the far side as well. McMurphy Orthodontics, thanks for being a part of our broadcast this year. Their smile cam. And Saints had to use a timeout there. Now they'll line up tight. And Stevens goes in motion now. Kenny Johnson back in at quarterback, looking up the far side. It's broken up. Tried to go over toward the Toro bench, and A.J. Riley, the senior, he's got a couple of picks on the year. He's always around the football, it seems, and got a hand on this one. It sailed a bit on Johnson, and trying to get to Stevens as tight end in double coverage, and now third and long for the Saints.
They were aided by a penalty, and the first drive they went nowhere. In fact, at this point of the game, the St. Paul Saints have accumulated 0 yards.
Wow. At the 39, they need 10 to keep this drive going. Johnson, nobody open, now pressure, now he's going to pull it down, he slips, and he's going to lose 2 here as he slipped right in front of Burkhalter, and those two have a little chat after the play, it appeared, and Kenny Johnson, the quarterback for the Saints, really good athlete, and just tried to cut it up the middle of the field, loses 2, and the Saints still yet to post a positive play on offense.
So offense right now at -2. I think between the two choices, slipping before you get to Burkhalter is probably the one that I would choose. He's a really good player too, Burkhalter.
For sure. From the 37 as Ginsburg booms this one. Nemo Hickson will fair catch it all the way up the 25, a 38-yard punt by Ginsburg. Toros offense will come back out here.
Let's see how the Toros operate now without the big advantage of being starting at midfield. They had to make some big plays too, 3rd and 4th down on that one drive that they had.
Yeah. Both these teams, they maybe not a lot of like just the home run hitters. They're a little more clock grinding offense and kind of march it down the field in more methodical fashion. So,
which is tough. You know, it's tough to go down the field like that without penalties, fumbles, whatever.
Any level of football. Yeah, I mean, just any game you watch, it's tough.
You like to have those big splash plays.
Chunk plays, and this one not a chunk play at all as Will Abrams comes in, and Will is going to get his 3rd sack of the season as he takes down Aiden Schamberger. Came around the right side, and big loss of 9. We'll say more about maybe about 8. It's a long from our vantage point here. We'll call it 2nd and about 18 here, and we see E.J. King come into the backfield. He's got 894 yards on the night. Schamberger rolls out, trying to come to Bonner, who had that big 4th down reception. That's incomplete. Now 3rd and way behind the sticks for the Toros. Just like you were saying, a team, not a lot of home run hitters, then you get a penalty or you get a sack and it derails the drive. And here's where we are.
It just felt like right away, the 2nd and 18.
Yep.
A team, nearly any team, including, and you got to factor in St. Paul's defense too. This team, this night at this stadium, 2nd and 18 is asking a lot.
Schamberger. King has not touched it yet tonight. Schamberger fires this one over the middle, and he's able to get it complete for a 1st down up to the about the 47-yard line, as it's the junior Damian Tate who's got 2 catches on the night, and that one a 1st down all the way up to the 46-yard line.
I guess there was Johnson back at safety. He didn't quite get there in time.
That ball hung up there for a bit, but they go 30 on the completion.
Man.
And the Toros now up near midfield. King will get him right to that spot. King, 5'10", 222-pound junior. Going to be right at about 900 yards on the night as Tank Jones came in there to make the stop as they get it right to midfield.
What a throw. Yeah. I mean, to tell you, that was...
In the rain, we've seen players slipping, so you know the ball's going to be a little slick.
Yeah. Great catch, but the ball was there on a 3rd and 18.
Convert a 4th and 5 on the first drive and a 3rd and 18 here. And now they got 2nd and 7 as we're inside a minute to go in the opening quarter. Nemo Hickson in motion, and they'll give it to him. Hickson upended just across midfield as Walter Hensley.
Well, it's Hensley, okay.
One of those players that'll do a little double duty. He'll play some wide receiver as well.
They kind of wall things off a little bit. He comes up from safety. That was the safety, not Kenny Johnson, like I mentioned.
Johnson's out there on the other side, though.
Oh, he is?
At safety, yep.
Okay.
So 3rd and 5. Call it officially 3rd and 4. Chase Smith has to be happy the way his team has played here in the first quarter. Play clock inside 5. Schamberger blitz coming. Has that one tipped. Has tried to go to the far side and ends up in the hands of his offensive lineman Ryan Perry. We were kind of shielded from that play as he got tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Perry comes up with the reception that was probably not how they were expecting the execution to go on that one. Let's take a look as we head to break through 1. Schamberger has the only touchdown of the night, and the Toros on top by 6 here on Friday Night Rivals. Ready to start the second quarter. Let's take a look at how the first quarter ended here. It was 3rd and 5, and Schamberger looking to go to the right side, and big Tank Jones got it up there, deflected it in the air, and Ryan Perry, the right guard. I think we're going to see a little quick kick here from the. Oh, wow. Now Ham Barnett going to take a timeout. So they had E.J. King lined up there. He came in 4th and 4 right near midfield. Their offense, the Saints offense, has done nothing in the first quarter. So pin him back deep, right?
Yeah,
you can't.
You can't. I don't think you can go for it here. You've got the lead, which looks like in a game like this, that's going to mean something.
And I think maybe you just you send that out there to see what kind of formation look you get.
Exactly. So he calls Ham's bluff. Ham calls timeout. They may come out just in a conventional punt now.
Yep.
Let's see. Good to have you along tonight at E.E. Delaney Stadium. Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dean Waite Injury Lawyers and by the inventor of the Smile Cam, McMurphy Orthodontics. Even though the St. Paul's defense wasn't smiling last time out. Tonight's game also brought to you by Roof Doctors. And finally, thank you very much to AMNS Calvert. I guess they're hiring up there, right?
We're done after tonight, so just a little seasonal gig until end of August between you and I.
That's right. Keep my seat in the cafeteria warm, guys.
So thanks to all of our great partners throughout the season here, and Newton Gardner out here to punt and traditional formation, and Cam Gables a little drop back deep from the 47. Snap up high. Gardner able to go and grab it. Spirals that kick toward the far side. Takes a great roll, and it's going to be down at about the 2-yard line. Great coverage. Nemo Hickson hustling down there. That high spiraling kick going toward the sidelines, then check back to the middle of the field toward the hash mark. And Nemo, one of those kind of those hidden yards in the stat sheet you don't see. But watch. It's going to end over end hop. Hickson, perfect position.
I love Hickson.
Yep.
He's so much this guy.
At the 2.
Makes big plays on offense. Makes smart plays on defense. It could not have gone better for Spanish Fort.
45-yard punt. And from their own end zone, Kenny Johnson and Toros, they bring in Will Abrams as the Saints try to just get some room and get to playing more of those players from defense over on the offensive side. They get just a yard there on first down.
Remember, they started doing that about 4 or 5 games into the season.
Yep.
Started seeing more of the defensive stars do a little time on the offensive side.
So Abrams stays in the backfield, and Johnson looks over to the sideline here on 2nd and 9. And inside, Abrams on the right side gets to about the 5, and 3rd down coming up here for St. Paul's. Is if the Toros can get a stop, a chance again to flip the field, and this time they could get great field position out of it with 3rd and 6 coming up here.
No doubt that was the right call at midfield to punt them back. And now it turned out even better than you could have imagined with the ball starting at the 2-yard line. St. Paul's, and they're having trouble digging their way out.
Frazier comes back in at tailback for the Saints. You'd be worried about a turnover here as well if you're St. Paul's. Johnson looking to throw it, goes far sideline, and it's incomplete. Wanted Tate Johnston, and another 3 and out for the St. Paul's offense, and they're going to have to punt from the end zone.
Not sure what Johnston is talking about, Johnson is talking about there, but it's pretty interesting. Not exactly sure what the conversation was about. He had Johnston open.
Yeah. Instead,
that would have been a big first down.
Instead, Ginsburg will stand right at the back of the end zone to punt, and Nemo Hickson stands at the 40. Ginsburg gets a really good punt off. Chases Hickson all the way back to the 50. Now drifts back to the 45. Hickson up the sideline, and good open field tackle there by Cam Gables, but good field position for the Toros when we come back from break here early in the second. Spanish Fort on top 6-0 on Friday Night Rivals. Chase Smith, head coach of the Toros here. If his team wins tonight, they're the second seed, and that means they will be at home to take on Benjamin Russell. If they lose tonight, they go on the road, and you really love that home playoff game to open things up. There, see what it is. So again, St. Paul's wins tonight, they'll be the second seed. Of Spanish Fort, if St. Paul's wins, Spanish Fort drops down to the number 4 seed, and McGill will jump up to number 3.
Just pay attention to the region, where they are in the region.
That's assuming McGill beats Baldwin County tonight.
Yes.
And now, great field position, quick out to the far side, and Nemo Hickson is at the 44 to get a couple. Nowhere to go before he was forced out by Hayes Baker, the senior. He gets about 3 on first down. Dude, this game, it's only 6-0, but boy, it sure just feels like a huge advantage for the team in white, right?
Yeah, and statistically it is, Jim. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 yards to 2.
Wow. Schamberger looking right side, nobody there now. He's going to scramble. Schamberger going to keep it open field. What a great tackle by Abrams. Drops him at the 45, and the senior 3-year starter Noah Abrams wrestles down the big 6'3", 172-pound Aiden Schamberger. Boy, usually you get a mobile quarterback against a linebacker in space. That's the matchup you want.
Yeah, and he just broke him down. And
they lose 5.
If I become famous late in life, he's on my security detail. I like that guy.
You both better hurry. 3rd and 11 as they lose 5 on that one. Call it 4 officially. Play clock inside 5, and Spanish Fort going to have to take another timeout here. And I think both teams are just okay with like clock running.
Yep.
Kind of shortening the game a little bit. I think even more so if you're St. Paul's with players playing on both sides.
Yep.
You're
a little more wear and tear.
Yeah. So with a timeout, here's the soon-to-be needing security detail, Dan Brennan.
That's me. Well, that's every day I need it. Let's get to Group C and tell you about these fine sponsors for Friday Night Rivals live at surprisingly rainy E.E. Delaney Stadium. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Local 119, plumbers, pipe fitters, and service techs. Also brought to you by Herc Reynolds, Pro Solutions, and by, proud to announce that the United States Coast Guard is one of our sponsors. Protect, defend, save. The Coast Guard.
I don't get to give a lot of family shout-outs here. I got my brother, Wes, down in Orange Beach.
All right.
Just sent me a text, and he said, he sent me a text of some fish he caught, but he just sent me a text that found your game, and he's watching it down in Orange Beach. It's the first time he's probably ever been able to do that.
Hey, that's pretty cool for your family.
Yeah. So 3rd and 11. So Eddie watching down in Orange Beach here tonight in the
Does he
Toros.
have trouble finding channels, or it's just
We didn't have a lot of conversation while we were at the Floribama about where the game was at. 3rd and 11. Schamberger rolls out, pressure coming. Jones chases him. Schamberger eludes one man. Now he pulls it down, and he's got a lot of room. Schamberger inside the 30, still on his feet, tiptoes, and they're going to knock him out of bounds, they say, at the 23. No flags. What a play by Aiden Schamberger.
this is a rabbit out of the hat. Look at the defenders coming, and they're good defenders too. Here's Tank. Now he's on the run. He gets a nudge, so he's not going to make the play. Schamberger had nothing but green grass. Then he continued on his way. He's down near the 20.
That was the 23, so he picks up 32 on 3rd and 11 for a local 119 first down. And now Sawyer Wilson. Well, Wilson on the right side, and he's going to get a big lick and be driven back on that one. As both these teams stout on defense. Abrams in there again.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, it's St. Paul's got a lot of good players, very well coached defensively, and they I mean, when you see Wilson not being able to gain an inch in a quarter and a half of football, that's highly unusual.
It's Will Abrams.
You got Will the sophomore and Noah the senior, and who cares which is which? They're both great.
Yeah. Will started as a freshman last year. Schamberger again keeps it, eludes one defender, and now he's going to be down near the 10, and it's going to be another local 119 first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10 and in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. Well, Schamberger's really played well here tonight,
He's
Dan.
really played well, and again, you have a very solid defense. You need something to be able to neutralize that. Running quarterback. He even did it for the only touchdown of the game. He has made some plays with his feet, big time tonight.
And they keep Sawyer Wilson in the backfield with Schamberger. Give to Nemo Hickson. Hickson tries to cut it inside, and Abrams is there, and Hickson keeps grinding down to about the 5. And Hickson goes and helps Abrams up after the play. They respect.
You just have so much admiration for these young men and how hard they played. I mean, Hickson, not a big guy, really gets rattled, and he just keeps on going.
2nd and goal from the 5 as we're approaching the halfway point here the second quarter. Spanish Fort scored on their opening drive, a short field. St. Paul's has gone 3 and out 4 times. Schamberger on the right side. The big quarterback is in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Amonis Calvert touchdown. Amonis Calvert strengthened. Innovation Steel, strengthened by other people, now hiring at AmonisCalvertJobs.com. What a drive. But it all started off with a big punt and Nemo Hickson pinning him down to the 2.
Big time, and then Hickson now, or it's Sawyer, I should say, the block. So it's a quarterback power. They're just running the quarterback with added blocking, and it's enough to get him in. And they had a tough time running it tonight against St. Paul's, but not on that play.
They get it. He gets around Oliver Cross, really solid defensive end for this Saints team. And Spanish Fort, they missed their first PAT. It was blocked, and now we get. Thought we had a whistle before. Nope, all good. So Lytle gets it. Schamberger having a night here tonight. His 2nd touchdown out of the night, and Dan said it. Sawyer blocking for him, and Tyler Staten over there opening lane, and the Toros on top by 2 scores halfway through the 2nd. It's kind of their job to do that. That's what they do. That's what cheerleaders do. They smile. They need to cheer their Saints on, who are down 13-0 here, but the McMurphy Orthodontics smile cam. Yep.
Young lady that helped us take a picture of us before the game.
Lauren Bixler.
Okay.
And took a spectacular picture for us.
Yes, she did.
McMurphy Orthodontics, our smile cam. Thank you to Stedman McMurphy, Dr. Stedman McMurphy, and he doesn't make me call him doctor. I could just call him Stedman, but you know how some doctors are. They just just like Stedman.
Don't I?
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here, Week 10, final week of Friday Night Rivals, and the Toros on top 13-0 on the road, and this is not a shot against McGill at all, but the Toros were ranked number 8 last week, and you just were kind of shocked when we saw that score, and makes it even more puzzling when you see how impressive
this team is tonight.
So Lytle falls again on the kick, and Johnston picks it up bouncing at the 11, and is upended about the 23. All right. Talked about both these teams not being like big home run hitters. 7 plays, 43 yards, 346 comes off the clock for the Toros. And Chase Smith and his team on top 13-0. Aiden Schamberger, 2 touchdowns on the night. Great work with his legs to put his team up 2 scores here halfway through the opening quarter, and the Saints got to get something going here. They bring Anthony Frazier back in, and he'll take the give this time on the right side, and he's going to be driven out of bounds for another loss. Just nowhere to go. Now we get a late flag, maybe like a taunting or jawing flag. Isaiah Woodall made the stop. And that's Burkhalter.
Man, just can't do it. Can't do it.
See at the end of the play here. So Burkhalter.
He makes the play. He's a really good football player. Oh, there you got. But he was just getting up and had contact with Frazier. Well, Frazier was on the ground.
And of course, that's right over on the St. Paul's
Unsportsmanlike.
bench inside, so the unsportsmanlike.
Wow.
As we've always said, Spanish Fort plays with an edge.
They've got the edge. They have in the whole history of the school and the football team. Just kind of a shame there. This is the second
roughing the
15
passer,
yards.
roughing the passer, and then
so from scrimmage, St. Paul's has gotten pretty much nothing all night, except for those 2 15-yard penalties.
Now they're up to the 39.
Yep. Get them out of jail.
They'll keep Frazier at tailback. Kenny Johnson, the senior quarterback, in there, and Tate Johnston will come in motion. They fake it to him. Johnson looked over the middle of the field, now kind of flings it sidearm, and Walter Hensley unable to hang on to that one. It's a good throw under pressure from Kenny Johnson.
Yeah, under pressure on the run, makes a good throw. Hensley, this is a tough opportunity for quarterback and receiver. Ooh, goodness, yeah, it was there.
Make it 2nd and 10 for the Saints. Their only loss this year to unbeaten and number 1 ranked Saraland Spartans, the top team in 6A, and
took him to the wire.
Sure did. Had the ball late, inside 2 minutes to go, down 19-14. Frazier with nowhere to go on the left side again. Sam Wilder, the sophomore, in there to make the stop, and now 6 tackles for the loss on the season for Wilder. It's just nowhere for the Saints running backs.
There's no gaps there. Really aggressive defense. Right now, at this point of the game, it appears to me, what do we have now?
It looks like a call against the Saints, and Spanish Fort declines it. They'll take the loss and make it be 3rd and 10.
Right now, they need to get the first down. As the drive goes on, if it does go on, they need a big play.
Johnston trying to go left and right, and he can't because he's strung out by Camden Lombard, and the senior makes a stop for another loss.
Boy, this team is playing so solid. Every level of the defense. It's a good player right there that used to go to Spanish Fort.
Yep, open field tackle in 4th and 12 will bring out the punt team again for the 37. Ginsburg, who's got a big booming leg.
I mean, he can flip the field. What a couple of things that Spanish Fort has done very well is in the punt game, flipping the field.
Yep. Ginsburg this time end over end and didn't quite get that one as solid as it goes on the far sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So just a 24-yard punt from Ginsburg. Inside 5 to go in the second. Toros on top by a couple of scores. That's where we're at here on Old Shell Road in Mobile. Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals. Spanish Fort on top 13-0, and their defense has been stout here, to say the least. And Jay Smith looks on here as E.J. King will come in at quarterback. Got our halftime show coming up. Dan will catch up with the coach leading. I say that he's 9 for 9 getting them to go, so I think you know the trend is your friend. I like.
Hey, it's been close.
Schamberger, the junior quarterback, looks over. Play clock down to 3, and he'll get it off. And King, with his second carry of the night, will get maybe to the line of scrimmage, but not much else as the St. Paul's defense. They've given up 13 already. They give up just 8 a game.
Yeah. Well, 2 short fields, too.
Yep.
This is as good an example of complementary football as we've seen all year.
So right. Absolutely. So 2nd and 10. Still from the 37 for the Toros. 7-2 on the year, 5-2 in the region. Schamberger keeps it again, breaks a tackle, still on his feet inside the 40. Lost his helmet all the way inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 39. And Schamberger almost looked like a little option potential here, and he keeps it and then does it all himself.
Yeah, and for a guy this slight, he sure does break some tackles. He did a good job right there. You're right, he did lose that helmet.
So he'll have to come out for a play. Christian Seeger will come in.
They removed him from the game last week.
Yeah, they need a little spark. They were struggling offensively. Seeger came in, did a good job for the Toros in their loss. Play clock down to 2, and Chase Smith, I think he took a timeout there.
Offense. Offense.
Nope, they're going to say pre-snap penalty. It happens when you new quarterback, new cadence.
Yep. He's got to play one more play,
yeah,
right?
Schamberger can't come in because that play officially never got started. Backs him to the 29. Yeah, Seeger, a sophomore, 6'2", 175. He's 9 of 11 on the year for 84 yards and a touchdown.
We're less than 3.5 to go in the first half, and the Saints have got no yards.
And he doesn't mean that like, oh, yeah, they hadn't done anything. I mean, no, 0. How about Seeger throws it, comes in off the bench and fires it off to Nemo Hickson. And Hickson going to be forced out of bounds by Tank Jones, who pulls him up as well. And a lot of respect between these players out there, but I kind of thought he was just going to turn around and hand that one off to.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what you're thinking. Like everybody's thinking maybe it's just going to be a handoff, so they get 4 back.
That's a great job by Jones, going all the way to the sideline to make that play. Good. You'd love to see a big, talented kid make a hustle play, right?
Yep. And he is one of the top recruits in the nation at the linebacker position. And 2nd and 11 for the Toros, and King keeps that big frame going to about the 20. Abrams and crew. It's a play-by-play guy. It's just safe to say Abrams on a lot of tackle. I get a 2 out of 11 chance to get it right?
Chances are, yeah.
And they're always around the ball.
Well, 2 out of 11 when you go by the raw numbers, and then when you factor in that they're both really good players.
From the 20 here for the Toros. This was 3rd down, has been all Schamberger with his legs.
It has.
Had a big 4th down.
And a pop pass.
Yep. 4th down completion to Bonner on the opening drive. He's split to the bottom. Looks to fire it off, and he's able to get that one complete. And it's going to be a little short of the 1st down.
Well, right away, I don't know if that was somebody on the outside really held a good block.
Goes to Mason Edwards, and it's going to be 4th and less than a yard. And
wow.
Going to bring in the jumbo package. Here they'll bring Burkhalter in. And again, we got plenty of time on the play clock here. Going to go Wildcat to. I was thinking Burkhalter, now it's going to be. They'll go Wildcat to King, and play clock at 5. I'm not sure they're going to get this one off. He's going to have to take his last timeout. So 4th and less than a yard. They got the substitution, but King was the one they were waiting on, who was coming in at the Wildcat spot. And we're already down to 1:29 left in the 2nd quarter.
You know, only 13 points, but in a big game like this, how impressive has Spanish Fort been?
They've dominated time of possession. They've
exceeded our expectations.
For sure. And now if you're Spanish Fort, you're really excited here because you got 1:29 left. You can punch one in here, get the 1st down first. You're also going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. And St. Paul's just has not been able to run. They just haven't run many plays offensively here tonight.
14 plays, 0 yards.
Wow.
Spanish Fort, 26 snaps. They've got 165.
And a big one here on 4th and 1. Got all right, here we go. 4th and 1 here for the Toros. King, the big 222-pound running back. They move him to a little Wildcat, and now they got Burkhalter in there as well, and they go direct snap to King. King grabbed by Jones, but he slips through, and he's going to have the 1st down. But did we see a flag come down in there? I thought there was a flag, and we also had one of the Toros lose their helmet on that one. We might get a hold at the bottom of the screen.
Wow.
King had to fight through Jones to get that 1st down.
But he did. And a very impressive run by King. What are they calling?
Yep, on a hold back to the 23-yard line.
Now they're going to try to kick a field goal, I guess.
Yep, so now they'll bring Lytle out to try a 40-yarder. He is 5 of 7 on the year. His long is from 40, but he's also slipped on both of his last kickoff attempts. This would be a huge hold for St. Paul's. lunging toward the sticks. Is he going to be able to get there? He's finally down. Jacob Lemoyne. They throw a flag at the far side, so they lined it up and they put Jacob Lemoyne out and made it look like they had too many men on the field, and then they did the direct snap, and it's going to be a legal motion. So they tried to just have him run off the field, and Chase Smith is not happy at that call. So they put to work on the drama class as well. So watch here. So they act like he is too many men on the field, and they got Seeger, the backup quarterback, in there, and he fires it off.
Yeah, that was a little drama class right there.
So now
you got to punt it.
You're going to punt from your own 27 because it's 4th and 15. So he's going to punt it from about the 41. Gardner goes end over end. Again, hustling down there is Nemo Hickson, and at the 5. That was a lot to take in there in the last 25 seconds.
You can have play-by-play duties all you want.
So, but the Saints had to have that stop, and I know St. Paul's feels great on that stop on that fake field goal attempt, and I know Spanish Fort's going to want to see a replay of that. Say, hey, was that really an illegal motion?
And your St. Paul's, you've had horrible field position most of the first half, including right now. So what do? Just try to run the clock out and get out of town?
Just kind of collect yourself. And Spanish Fort is out of timeout, so that's big. And now Johnson wants to float it out to the far side. He gets it to Johnston, who is out of bounds. So Spanish Fort not going to be able to stop it with their timeouts. And that was big. Ashley and Michael Leland are watching this game at the Coopers. Pulling for the Saints, they say here tonight. Question from David Cooper: was a Delaney Field originally called the Skillet?
That's the practice facility.
Because it gets so hot back here in the summer down in the hill. That's the practice facility. And now the Saints will just take a knee, and now we get Burkhalter right up in the middle of everything. And clock still running here, and the Saints will be able to just take a knee one more time to get out of here. As again, since Toros were without any timeouts, and Chase Smith just gets Bishop Burkhalter out of there. Last play here is Kenny Johnson indeed just takes the knee to get out of here at halftime. And what a first half by the Spanish Fort Toros. No yards offensively for the St. Paul Saints in the first quarter, as the Toros with a 13-0 lead behind 2 rushing touchdowns from Aiden Schamberger. And to try to get over to the far side to get Coach Chase Smith, as Toros with a most impressive first half as they dominate the Saints here at St. Paul's. Let's go down to Dan down on the field.
Well, I don't know if it's a perfect first half. Really good one. Great complimentary football team. Looked very focused.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to clean up some of these little mistakes, but it's hard to come over here and win, and our guys are doing a good job. Defense is doing great right now, and offense, we've got to continue to just press the ball. We got to come away with points in the red zone there. We're going to fix those things and come back ready to go.
Schamberger making a lot of big plays on his own.
Yes, doing a great job. Just like he has all year. We just got to come out and keep executing, getting first downs, and moving the chains.
Good luck. We'll see you after the game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Here we go. 13-0 right now at the half.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Halftime, as Dan said, almost perfect performance by the Toros. Aiden Schamberger, 2 touchdowns. And Spanish Fort trying to lock up the number 2 seed and get a home playoff game next Friday. They're halfway to doing it here in Mobile.
This is the IBEW Local 505 halftime show.
Hi, Jim and Dan. It's Kim Anderson here at NBC 15. For 25 years, the two of you have been on our airwaves every football Friday. And tonight, we just want to take a quick moment to honor the both of you. Here's just a few of those who want to wish you well on your anniversary on Friday Night Rivals.
Hey, Jim and Dan, on behalf of Gulf Shores Football, we wanted to congratulate you guys on 25 years of broadcasting high school games in this area.
Hey, Derek Scott here at Foley High School. Dan and Jim, congratulations on 25 years of broadcasting local high school football.
Congratulations to Jim and also Dan, 25 years of high school football.
I would like to give a special congratulations to Jim Cox and Dan Brennan for 25 years of broadcasting.
Congratulations on 25 years broadcasting our high school football games.
Jim and Dan, I want to congratulate y'all on 25 years of covering high school football.
Whoa, Nelly! Jim and Dan, you guys are the Keith Jackson and Frank Broyles of high school football down here. 25 years of excellence.
Recently, you had the opportunity to cover our game at Foley, did an outstanding job. Of course, you also had the opportunity to cover me back during my high school days.
You know, a lot of great memories. I remember the first time that we ever did a game. I remember y'all following us around one year doing our games, and just the way y'all have handled yourselves, promoting kids, promoting schools, and even promoting coaches has been outstanding. I will say I wasn't sure how good it was going to be to start with. One of you was a country music guy, and the other one was a hockey guy. So I said, well, I'm not sure how much they know about football, but y'all have done an outstanding job, and to be commended for your commitment, your sacrifices, and all over 25 years.
What a great accomplishment. I know you have seen some great players and outstanding games over those years. Hey, you know, you guys are getting old as dirt, but remember, age is just a number.
We appreciate you so much, more than you know. And it's also been fun the last few years, just y'all being on St. Paul's campus and us getting some wins.
I guess my biggest memory wouldn't be actually a game, where I always loved to go back and watch them and hear what y'all had to say, but was y'all getting here early when you were doing one of our games and us doing story time, and me learning all about Jim and Chicago and the Bears, and then Dan in Georgia, and just great stories and great times and the connections that we've made.
Be sure to take some time off, come down to beautiful Gulf Shores, Alabama, and enjoy our beach. We'd love to see you.
Being great friends with you guys, still are.
Thank you so much for all you do, guys.
Take care and congratulations again.
Congratulations. Look forward to y'all covering high school football throughout the years.
Thanks for all you do for high school athletics, and congratulations on a great 25 years.
From the family at Fairhope, we'd like to tell you guys congratulations and thanks for what you do. Go Pirates.
Appreciate everything y'all do for high school sports, and can't believe it's been 25 years.
Congratulations, guys. Keep it going. Roll Tide and go Trojans.
The two of you have brought high school football into our homes every Friday night for a quarter century. That's a long time, especially in TV. From all of us here at NBC 15, our sister station UTV 44, and just everyone watching tonight, a big congratulations on this incredible milestone. Here's to 25 years.
Jared Kihas, also a big member, been with us from almost the beginning. I kind of feel like they're going to tell us this is it. We're done, right?
Well,
pack your bags. You're done.
It'd be timely if you told us now. You know, I'd never intended, I was radio, never really intended to get into TV in any way. If that wasn't self-evident 25 years ago, it might be now. But it's been a great run, and we were talking coming up to the come up here, the relationships we've made with the coaches and the players, even as time goes on. We just had Bo drop in here real quick to say hello. Anyway, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been like 25 years. Love you, brother. 25 years, 6 hair pieces. This is number 6. Let's go find out my friends from Dr. Pepper. We couldn't be there this year without them. Let's hear from Dr. Pepper.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
One of the things that resonates us at Coca-Cola United and Dr. Pepper, it correlates between team sports and back into our business is no doubt is teamwork. Just expanding upon that, and it's not something that's natural as you're going through school. It's about you having, your grades being good, doing what your mom and daddy tells you to do. Being a good youth is bringing that team environment together, and it is so imperative that they have, we see time and time again, not that anybody can't be successful in it, but they have a jump start of what a team environment looks like, and everybody working together and pulling together for a common goal, and it just puts them miles and miles ahead.
Hello, I'm Dean Waite of Dean Waite Injury Lawyers, and we're proud to be the sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athletes are Grace Greer of St. Paul's High School and Basha Charkovska of Spanish Fort High School. On the field, Grace is a part of St. Paul's varsity basketball and soccer teams. In the classroom, Grace holds a weighted GPA of 4.3 and an unweighted GPA of 4.0. She has 55-plus hours of community service and is a member of the Art Club and the National Honor Society. Back on the field, Basha is the captain of Spanish Fort's women's soccer team and is also part of the first Spanish Fort flag football team. She holds several records in her sport and has been ranked an all-star player and was awarded the Coastal Player of the Year title. Academically, Basha holds an ACT score of 36, an SAT score of 1470, and a PSAT score of 1500. She also holds the distinction of being an AP Scholar as well as a National Merit semifinalist. Congratulations Congratulations, Grace Greer and Basha Charkovska. The Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete is sponsored by Dean Waite Injury Lawyers.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Isaiah Hopewell to do the kick, but they fake it. They're going to have something good happen here. They throw it and complete it. Down the sidelines. No flags. Touchdown, Judson Rockets.
Holy cow, look at the Judson sideline. They are going nuts. Don, I'm watching this play going. I'm going, come on, H.
He's sprinting down. The first one, now the second one.
Onside kick. And it goes right to Riverside. Harry Armstrong throwing out all the stops.
The pass rush has generally been 3. Deep ball looking for Stewart, and Stewart brings it home inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 40.
Stewart will be a star at the college level and beyond.
Shoulder, Kostoff, 230 pounds. Watch this right in here. Boom.
Going for 2. 2 unbeaten records on the line. Throws left side. It's caught. It's caught, and Ravenwood wins. And Ravenwood is 9-0.
This is the IBEW Local 505 halftime show.
Back here on the beautiful campus of St. Paul's Episcopal School, Mobile, Alabama. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan at the half. Toros on top of St. Paul's 13-0, and it was a first half dominated by this Toro team. They completed a big 4th and 5 here. A little jump pass from Aiden Schamberger to Justin Bonner on the opening drive after they had good field position after forcing a 3 and out. Schamberger there, 17-yard scramble. Then a big conversion here on 3rd and long. He goes 39 yards, and he takes it in for the second touchdown of the night. But the story is just as big Ben, this Toro defense here. Burkhalter and crew harassing Kenny Johnson. Anthony Frazier, great running back, nowhere to go. There's just been no gaps, as Dan said during the broadcast. And this is Tate Johnston. Usually when he's open field, that's what he wants. Instead, he gets brought down here. And look at these halftime stats. 170 yards total offense for the Spanish Fort Toros, -1 yard of offense. It's just shocking to think what we're looking at here so far.
Well, we walked in here tonight thinking St. Paul's defense was really good.
Yep.
And maybe the edge offensively might lean towards Spanish Fort. But man, and I'll tell you another thing. Situational football, they played it perfectly. And when they needed to get a play, Schamberger, 8 rushes, 89 yards.
Wow.
And the 2 TDs.
And it's taking care of the football?
Yep.
Not turned it over, not putting it in harm's way.
They punted St. Paul's back inside the 5 twice.
Yeah, the last one, Newton Gardner punted. They punted from their own 27 because it was 4th and 16. And it's so easy just to bang that punt into the end zone, and then you gain 7 yards. Instead, makes a second great punt. Hickson goes down and downs it there. And now we'll see halftime regroup or adjustments here, because the Toros will get the ball back to open things up.
Jim, the adjustment's got to be between the years. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be effort. It's got to be a want to get back into this game. And you think, well, they're only down 13. Yeah, they have no yards. So they've got to settle something among themselves. Like, look, we're going to tackle better. We're going to block better. We're going to get a quick score and get back into this game. Talking about St. Paul's, first thing they're going to have to do is stop Spanish Fort, who gets the ball first.
Yeah, the St. Paul's defense has not played bad.
No.
2 short fields for the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, one was a 37-yard drive. So, yeah, it's not really been on them.
And see, do you try to steal a possession here by any chance? No, they'll just pooch one to the near side, and it'll be taken at the 20, and nowhere to go there for Damian Tate. And the Spanish Fort offense will come under. So, sometimes we talk about how a team will take over the personality of their coach. And you and I both thought that Chase Smith was a little extra fiery before the game, a little more
PO'd.
Yeah, that's maybe a better way to put it.
He was, and if we felt it,
right?
What did his team feel? And again, I thought that was really, really cool that they went up and supported the girls volleyball team
yesterday.
Took their mind off themselves for a day.
Yep.
Watched them win state. Great move.
Chase, like so many other head coaches, is also the athletic director, so they wear a lot of hats. But I said, hey, I know, and before I knew that he had brought the team with him, I said, he texted me and said he was on the way there, and he said that, and I was talking to him tonight, and I said, I know you're doing that to be a good coach's teammate of your. He's like, oh yeah, he said, but it wasn't me. We took all the kids up there, and they went and cheered on the girls like crazy. I'm like, that was really, really great.
Yep.
High school athletics at its finest there. Schamberger going to add to that 88 yards there as he moves this one across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and going to be maybe just about a yard short, but you'll take 9 on first down every time the drive starts, right?
You sure will. And how about blocking on this offensive line for Spanish Fort too? Now Sawyer hasn't been able to really get going, but it's been Schamberger mostly, King a little bit.
But yeah, it's been Aiden Schamberger who maybe had a rough outing, be safe to say, against McGill last week. But he's played great here tonight. Nemo Hickson, and he's going to be caught from behind and wrestled down by Will Abrams.
Short. You wonder if Aiden had the rough game because he was playing McGill.
Yeah,
maybe.
Thought about that former school. So they go on second and 1, and they lose 2 yards as Jones and Abrams out there on the stop. And so St. Paul's got that big stop there as Spanish Fort had it at the 10 at the end of the first half. And now they try to give it off to Damian Tate coming around, and Will Abrams and Noah Abrams both there. Noah the first one in, and they go from first. They get 9 on first down, and they go back, and now the Toros going to have to punt.
Yeah, well, there's somebody on this team that's going to get you going, and he didn't have to have a talk with himself at halftime because that kid plays lights out all the time, every play.
Wow, able to get there, and now St. Paul's with a chance to flip the field, get good field position here. Cam Gable will stand back at about the 40. Newton Gardner blocked. Has the punt blocked. They're going to do better than flip the field. They're going to get it at the 15. And now it's going to be half the distance to the goal because there's another flag at the end of it against the Toros. And this game has just flipped in the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Is it Tank? Watch Tank Jones, number 8, and it...
No, it's Oliver Cross.
It's
Oliver Cross
yeah,
comes in, and then watch at the end of the play. Get a chance to see it. There's going to be a late hit. Well, you saw the helmet come flying off one of the Saints players. And now, boy.
Well, that didn't take long.
Second and 1.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 2 on second down. You lose 4 more on first down. On third down. Personal foul against the Toros, and it's going to be half the distance here for the Saints.
Between the block and the penalty, you've just about given them 6 here.
And now you think about how big that stop was at the end of the first half.
How about the missed extra point?
So from the 6-yard line, first and goal for the Saints, who had minus 1 yard of total offense in the first half.
Yeah, we kept waiting and waiting for something to happen, for a big bust play, but something that...
Best case scenario is they have 5 yards of total offense here after this drive because they'll got it into the end zone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Direct snap, Tate Johnston on the left side. Johnston is down just short.
Yeah, inside the 1.
Of the goal line.
Suddenly people are blocking. Have you noticed? Look at that power. My word. And they attacked. And they got the push.
Now they go with power again. Johnston able to go in, and he is in for the score. 7th touchdown of the year for Tate Johnston, and all of a sudden, this doesn't feel like a game being dominated like it did in the first half.
No, and that's 3 plays maybe?
Block, punt, block,
and
punt, and then two
big runs.
They needed 5, and that's what they got, and now a chance to cut this to 6. Or Ross Delaney, the holder out there, as you see Tate Johnston. And now the Toros block this one. So
wow.
2 blocked extra points and a blocked punt here this evening. What a dynamic shift here to open things up in the third. Tate Johnston and the Saints cut into the Toro lead. 13-6 early in the third on Friday Night Rivals. 6A Region 1 battle for playoff seeding here on Old Shell Road. They're playing Crazy Train here right now, and it'd be crazy to think that we've got the smile cam for the St. Paul's team right now. 2.5 into the third as the Saints come up with a block punt and a 3-play drive. They
needed a drive from the 5-yard line because they weren't moving it anywhere, anyhow, in the first half.
Thanks to McMurphy Orthodontics. Again, that drive started out 2nd and 1 for Spanish Fort, and they go backwards on the next 2. High punt to the near side. Damian Tate will take it, and Tate across the 25, about the 27.
St. Paul's kickoff team coming out of their shoes on that play.
And suddenly the crowd they didn't have a lot of reasons to be noisy in the first half. And now Spanish Fort, so they don't convert at the end of the first half. That's the one that I think probably got them a little frustrated here because they had the fake field goal attempt that they thought they had pulled off.
That's right.
So Schamberger will come back out here. He's closing in 100 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns.
Well, he's played lights out. Hasn't turned it over, like you pointed out.
Yep, he's got E.J. King with him in the backfield. Schamberger fakes, keeps it again himself, and spins to the 35. And now there's going to be a late flag on the Saints there, and that's going to give Spanish Fort the timeout as that one comes in from the back. And it looked like there was just a bit of a pile on there at the end. Maybe Hayes Baker may have been a little late there, and it's going to be a 15-yarder against the Saints.
Emotion's very high right now.
Going to move the Toros out near midfield.
After the play, personal foul on defense.
Jonathan King passes that along. It's just take a look right here at the end. Watch as King is down, or so Schamberger is down.
He's been so slippery.
Down, and it was on Edward McLeod. It was Hayes Baker who made the tackle. Didn't want to falsely say it was him. Roof Doctor's first down here after the penalty, and Justin Bonner with the quick out on the far side, and Bonner up the sidelines and tiptoes in front of his teammates. And looks like he's going to have it's been on the spot over there. So they like to get the ball in Bonner's hands as often as they can, and going up against Robert Wiggum there, and they push him out just about a yard short. So 2nd and 1 again here for the Toros on their second drive of the second quarter. Schamberger delays this one out, and that one goes through the hands of Bonner, and you got to be careful on that one. Sometimes you're real close to being a lateral there as that goes incomplete.
So it's not a lateral, so it's 3rd and 1, and now you have to just concentrate on
let's watch how
getting
close
that first down.
This is. That was a little closer on the replay than it even looked in real time. You got King in there, the big back.
You don't need a bunch of push here. You need a push with this big back King. And
play clock at 5. Schamberger on the left side. And he's going to get driven back to the initial spot. I think he's going to have the first down, judging by the mark on the far side.
He's got it.
Roof Doctor's first down. Didn't get it by much. He had to get to the 39. And
some quarterback power again. King was in there simply to block.
And he got right to the
line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, the winner of this game gets the number 2 seed, which means a home playoff game next Friday. Little pump fake. Oh, Schamberger drops the football and then falls on it. Just slipped out of his hand. Slippery night. Not raining now, but the grass is wet, and Schamberger just looks like he was going for the shot play down the far side, and then just wisely falls on it.
He lost about 8 or 9, Jim.
Oh, maybe even, yeah, lost 9. 2nd and 19 from the 48.
Schamberger's made big plays with his feet and one big play down the middle with his arm.
Picked up a 3rd and 18.
Yep.
When he scrambled 39 yards. This one's 2nd and 19. Schamberger fires up top, looking to try to get that one back to Tate. Good coverage back there. I think Robert Wiggum, cornerback's going to get credited. See if he gets credited for his 14th pass breakup of the year. That's him. Hits him right in the head.
Yeah.
Just in good position. So 3rd and 19. And this place is going to erupt if the Saints are able to get the football back here. King in the backfield. Motion. Schamberger wants to flip it back to the far side. He's able to get that one off and complete. He's got it to Jacob Lemoyne, tight end, well short of the first down.
Back to the original line, right?
Yeah. Is there a flag on the far side?
They haven't.
Yep. Yeah. So this will be an interesting call. Do you, if you're St. Paul's, do you back them up even
Live ball foul.
more?
Ineligible man downfield.
Okay, legal man downfield. That play took just a hair too long to develop.
I think you push him back.
Yep. So it would have been 4th and about 10. Now it's 3rd and 24.
You try to make the hold here at the stop, and then you take your chances with that punt where it's going to land.
Nemo Hickson in the slot number 1. Now they come Mason Edwards near midfield, and he's going to be open field tackle after a very short game. Nowhere to go there, so it will bring up a punt situation as Roderick Schutz came over to make the stop, and I think Paul's had an extra DB in there and make sure there was no chance of that one picking up those 24 yards. They get 3. I'm sorry, they get about 13. It's going to be actually about 4th and 13. 25 years, my math skills not improved much. Newton Gardner, more pressure coming. Got that one off. As bounces at the 20. What a great bounce. And Nemo Hickson follows it all the way down to the 7. It's more great pressure was coming in there. Hudson Farnell almost got a hand on it, but he didn't. So St. Paul's gets it back with a chance to take the lead here halfway through the 3rd.
Friday Night Rivals live from Old Shell Road and St. Paul's Episcopal School here in Mobile and E.E. Delaney Stadium. Brought to you tonight by Dr. Pepper, our title sponsor. Also brought to you by Mobile County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Paul Birch, of course. And by Greer's since 1916. Greer's got it. And finally brought to you by IBEW 505.
A couple of scores to pass along. McGill on top of Baldwin County 41-14 in this region. Also staying in this region, Theodore over Blunt 30-12. Big win for St. Michael last night as they beat UMS 35-28. Give to Frazier. Gets to the 11.
Maybe 2.
Yep.
Spanish Fort has done an incredible job shutting down this run game. Just completely.
Thwarted it. I mean, just they've not been able to do anything. And through the air, nothing as well. Johnson looking to go to the right side. A couple of white jerseys and a blue one down there. A lot of contact, and they're going to throw the flag. Put it up there, and A.J. Riley was there with Tate Johnston. There were 2 Toros back there. Looked like maybe some hand fighting up the far sideline. And another
live ball foul.
15-yard penalty against
on the defense.
The Toros. This is the pass interference kind, and Chase Smith didn't like that one as it was called right in front of him. Huh.
Not sure. Not sure what.
Justin Bynes was over there as well, and
might have been a little give and take, but 2-on-1 might have been the reason it got the flag. I don't know. Johnston almost made the catch. He's a really good athlete.
Frazier goes in motion. They want to go out to him, hung up in the air and almost intercepted as that one was up a little too long. And Camden Lombard, who has a pick on the year, almost had number 2. And you could almost feel the St. Paul's fans take a big deep breath when that one was launched from Johnson.
Yeah, and here's your safety. He's seeing everything. Everything's right in front of him. He makes a break on the ball, and he almost had 6.
And it'll make it a 2nd and 10, 5.5 left here in the third. Final Friday night of Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. Frazier left side and nothing. Bunch of angry bulls in there. Burkhalter the first one to stop it. Gardner in there as well.
After the punt and the penalty, the drive was 6 yards for the touchdown for St. Paul's. So that's their one scoring drive of the night. After a block punt and a penalty, 6 yards. Otherwise, middle of the field, back in their own territory, they haven't shown anything.
Nope, 3rd and 10. You might be wondering if to that in a thought. You might be wondering why I started that when I would have no time to finish that thought. 3rd and 10. Johnson pressure coming, steps up over the middle. He's got it to Johnston, and Johnston breaks free. Tate Johnston. No flags. 74-yard touchdown strike, and the Saints are a PAT away from tying it after the A&S Calvert touchdown.
Got to have big plays, right? We were talking about this all night. When you watch this game unfold, here comes pressure on Johnson. He gets rid of it, and look at Johnston. Cuts right through the defense.
Yep,
and
broke the tackle from Riley, and there was no safety help.
Yeah, good athlete, good speed.
So,
and his brothers were all-time stars at Spanish Fort.
Spanish Fort, correct. And bit of a high snap, but Ginsburg ties this game up, and suddenly the stats don't look nearly as lopsided after a 74-yard touchdown pass, and the scoreboard Certainly doesn't look lopsided.
Well, and it's just one play, right? Talking about this all night. You're going to have to get big plays going down the field against the Spanish Fort defense. It's not going to work. And here is the one big play on a third down, right?
3rd and 10.
Yeah.
And Tate Johnston. Now we get a legit smile cam over there from St. Paul's has evened this one up. McMurphy Orthodontics smile cam. 13-13 here on Old Shell Road.
Tonight's game brought to you by Dean Wade Injury Lawyers and by Cam McMurphy Orthodontics. Also brought to you by Roof Doctors. Got a sick roof? There's your solution. And finally, AMNS Calvert.
Innovations in steel strengthened by people. They're now hiring at AMNSCalvertJobs.com. And big kick from Ginsburg rolls into the end zone. And the Tate Johnston is kind of the one home run hitter they have on offense.
He just hit one.
Knocked it like totally out of the park. Like not just it just didn't fall into the basket at Wrigley. That one went out to Wayland.
Yeah, that was exciting.
So Spanish Fort has kind of been struggling offensively. That last drive, that last series of that last drive in the first half.
We've had a habit of meeting Coach Cam and his family at midfield after the games, and he's giving it a chance to happen again tonight.
So Schamberger gives it off to Sawyer Wilson. He'll get a couple. So we're saying it's our last broadcast of the year. You might be wondering, it's like, wow, hey, you got 4 weeks of playoffs and then the Super 7. Why don't you guys hang around and do 4 more weeks? Well, we don't get to.
We don't get to.
State of Alabama says just they don't allow playoff games to be broadcast live. So that's why we don't bring you playoffs here on UTV 44. Otherwise we would. But that's why we wrap it up after 10 weeks. Much to the dismay of viewers across the Mobile, Baldwin County areas and north of us as well. 2nd and 8. Schamberger pulls it down again, lunges ahead. Big tackle out across the 27. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
About 5 to go. He's really done it with his legs tonight. And he doesn't look, he looks like a little stiff, like not the most shifty guy, but he is shifty and he is strong.
Part of it just his kind of lengthy frame that he has. So 3rd and about 3. And now you feel it's the Toros who really need a first down to kind of settle things down a little bit here as we approach 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Schamberger off to the far side, gets it to Justin Bonner. Bonner trying to break free, and he's going to take a big lick to bring out the punt team as Oliver Cross finished him off.
That might have been a double pass, Jim.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think it was, and it was not only great, he threw it behind him. It was defended beautifully there. Look at that play.
Yeah,
is that Will Abrams?
Yep.
And the receiver he wanted to take a look at downfield, covered like a blanket.
Assignment football to a T there.
They try to trick their way into a big play right there. And St. Paul's between sound defense and great defense at the point.
Yeah, they lose 16, and now it's 4th and 19, and Gardner to punt from the end zone and does just that as Gables does a fair catch at the 47-yard line. So St. Paul's has scored 13 here in the 3rd to tie and a chance to take the lead coming up on Friday Night Rivals. All even with 2 minutes to go here in the third. We could say a tale of two halves, but it's been a tale of a half and 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And St. Paul's had no life in that first half. -1 in total yards.
174 the Toros.
Down 13, and before we even get to the end of the third, they've tied it up, and they have the ball at midfield.
Tate Johnston gives it off to Frazier. Frazier will get a couple before Burkhalter wraps him up there. Anthony Frazier, just a junior. He's closing in on 900 yards this season.
The temperament in the room next to us has changed a bit. That's the Spanish Fort coaches up in the box.
And
I don't blame them.
Yep, they'll stay with the Wildcat package with Johnston, and this time he'll give it off to Abrams, and Abrams going to get a handful, bring up 3rd and 2 here inside the 45.
Things get a little interesting now with the game tied and trying to get a first down, and let's see what we're confronted with after this play.
Johnston, who has the 1 touchdown for the Saints here tonight, that tied it up after a blocked punt from Oliver Cross. Give it off Abrams, second effort, and he's going to have the first down. He'll move the chains. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, but continued to oh, they're going to mark him a little short. Oh, I thought the mark on the far side was looking. Wow.
This is what I was alluding to.
Yeah, it is first down. He's got it. He's got it.
Okay. Woo. They've got it.
Roof Doctor's first down.
I was wondering, what do you do in that situation? You've gotten yourself back in the game. I guess you go with it, go for it.
Now they go a little tempo too, but the high snap goes through the hands of Tate Johnston, and he is upended back at the 47-yard line. Vines was putting the pressure on back there, and he got some help from A.J. Riley. Has got a fortunate bounce.
He did.
Riley's had several big tackles here tonight, and now St. Paul's goes back. They lose 10, and they will not have to snap it again here. As we close out the third, that one was all Saints. 13-13, we're tied.
On this All Saints Day, by the way.
I saw what I did there. Going to the fourth. Here on Friday Night Rivals, all even, 6A, Region 2, number 2 seed on the line. Well, on the precipice of the playoffs,
which they're both going to play in the playoffs.
They're both going to, and they both look like two really good playoff teams here tonight. We start the fourth quarter. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan. And the Saints, who scored 13 in the third, will be stopped there on second down right at midfield to tie this one at 13 apiece. Again, winner of this game gets a home game against Benjamin Russell next week. The loser will go on the road as Johnston roughed out there by Burkhalter. Got some folks watching here on our final broadcast. Captain Pat Ivey, regular viewer, he is watching down in Orange Beach tonight. Mike Egerton up in Bruton. He says, always bummed when it's the final broadcast of the season. Hope to see you and Dan soon.
Very nice.
Yes. So Mike, always a big follower of Friday Night Rivals. Now Johnson back in here. Johnson rolling up the near side, going to scramble and steps out of bounds, and he's going to be well short of the first, and to move it back to the 49-yard line.
Yeah,
so
he's well short of the original line. They'll punt it here.
Yeah, you're right.
And try to pin Spanish Fort back, give him a little of their own medicine.
Yeah, so that was 3rd and 19. He gets a yard. 3rd and 18, and Ginsburg on the punt as Nemo Hickson will stand back inside the 15. Had a block punt and 2 blocked extra points here tonight. Ginsburg, good punt. Hickson takes it, no fair catch at the 13, and he's wrapped up by Abrams immediately on that one, so no gain. Dominic Williams also coming down to help out on the tackle for the Saints there. I think like kind of a 13-13 slugfest. That's what we kind of thought coming in. Kind of thought this is what we would see. I just don't think anybody could have imagined how we've gotten here.
Exactly. I mean, the way we've gotten here, a complete domination by Spanish Fort in the first half. A half where St. Paul's ended that half with -1 total offense.
Yeah. And it was like it had just nothing going on. Like it could not move the ball at all.
So you get 2 big plays, a block punt and a long touchdown throw, and you've tied it.
Schamberger ahead for a few on the left side to E.J. King. And I was talking to Ham Barnett. We mentioned about a lot of these players playing both ways, which is really kind of what turned the season around for him. And he said, you know, the great thing is right now, he said, we're really healthy at week 10 with all those guys. They had some injuries they were battling last week.
A lot of snaps.
Yeah, and he said, we're good now. So second and 6. Schamberger keeps it in. Aiden Schamberger rolls across midfield. Schamberger going to be brought down at the 36-yard line. Look for a minute like he might be able to run away from everybody.
A linebacker's coming. It looks like he hits the dead spot. There might have been a blitz on there, and Schamberger went right where the linebacker left.
Goes 47.
Schamberger, how impressive has he been tonight?
And now they're all the way up to the 37-yard line. King nowhere to go there as Jones stands him up. About 500 pounds of collision taking place on that one.
Yeah.
And you see Anthony Jones there. Just, I don't care what recruiting service you want to check out. They all are unanimous on this young man. Could be the top recruit in the state of Alabama, one of the top linebacker recruits in the whole nation. He's 2026 graduate. Just an everybody who comes in contact just talks about wonderful young man.
Yes, absolutely.
Just great teammate. Schamberger goes to the far side. They're going to lose a yard on that one. Is Mason Edwards had a knee down when he made the catch in 3rd and 11. coming up for the Toros. Now the Saints will bring in the extra defensive back as R.J. Schutz comes in, and they go with 5 DBs, the nickel package here.
Yeah, 4 wide.
Schamberger has done it with his legs mostly on these plays, and jump pass again, able to get it off to Bronner, but he's bowled over from the backside by Jones. That play went for a first down in the first half, but it went for just 4 there on that one. And now you're going to have to punt if you're the Toros. Just Bronner had nowhere to go. Now they have King out there in kind of a punt formation, but they also have Gardner lined up in front of him. So we're going to go. Wow. Another
Pre-snap penalty, was it a timeout?
No, it was dropped a flag.
Prior to the snap, false start.
Procedure penalty on the Toros as they were going to go with the direct snap there, and so they had a fake field goal attempt waved off with a
procedure, I believe.
Procedure call, and now same thing here, and it backs up Newton Gardner.
St. Paul's may be coming.
He put 2 inside the 5. Looking for the 3rd here tonight. Bonner hustling down. Oh, what a punt. Does that stay inbounds? It does. Another great punt. That one going to go out of bounds at the 4. 3 inside the 5 by Gardner.
He doesn't take a bow. He just goes to his linebacker position. A linebacker and punter all in one.
He's kind of probably happy when he gets to punt because it means he gets to come out and go tackle people from his linebacker spot.
He's a good player, and he's had a really good night punting it, but he's also been effective as a defender. This whole team has. Jim, think about this. St. Paul's has had a lot of trouble moving it. Now they've got block punt, splash play, touchdown. But for the most part, from the line of scrimmage, they have not won much at all. Tough spot to be in right now.
Back at the 3, they go with Kenny Johnson at quarterback and Frazier. They'll give it to Frazier on the left side. He's going to lose another one.
I think you see what I'm saying.
Yep. He's going to lose 2 and go back to the 1-yard line.
Penetration by Spanish Fort all night long, winning the line of scrimmage, and they do it here again. They've got some twists and slants where they end up with pressure.
Wilder, the sophomore, who's had a really good game at defensive end for this Toro team, and they bring out Frazier on this one. Give it off to Abrams, and Abrams nowhere to go as he's wrapped up and brought down immediately on that one by Brandon Marino.
Marino's been tough tonight too. Really good defensive line player.
So 3rd and 10.
And they're not even getting to the linebackers.
No, he's really not. Call it 3rd and 9 officially. And the Saints bring in Tank Jones, and he's going to go out wide to the top of your screen. Kenny Johnson, and now a flag before that one got started, or do we have a timeout?
Prior to the snap, false start.
Yep.
On the offense. 3rd down.
Against the Toros, so let's back him up a couple of yards. They can't go back very far, half the distance.
So the flag's on St. Paul's.
Yep. Oh, yep.
They're at the inside. They're on 1. Where are they?
No, back at about the 3 now.
Okay.
And 3rd and 11. Johnson fires it up, tipped and intercepted up the near side. Ball in the air, picked off Caleb Cheshire. 2nd interception, pick 6 for the Toros as Tank Johnson couldn't hold on to it. And Spanish Fort has their 8th interception of the year and their 2nd defensive touchdown. And they regain the lead with a pick 6.
Jim, this defense has been so good at every level, including the back end. They throw it to Tank. If it's a little high for him, it's high for anybody.
And up the sideline, Cheshire untouched. And the Toros trying to make it a 7-point game.
And they do.
Here this time, Lytle able to get it, and Spanish Fort, their defense, they've been great all night. This time they get points out of it.
You throw it to the tall guy, you put him in. Well, maybe he's a little too tall, but not quite tall enough to get to the ball. Tips it right to Cheshire, and the deadlock has been broken.
Wow.
Punt. Punt in the back.
Herc Reynolds' eye in the sky tonight. Of course, it's Gray Armstrong. In fact, that scissor lift is, I mean, it's at full capacity there. I mean, that thing is jacked way
yeah, it is.
Up in the air. And Gray, as always, getting us those great high end zone shots. Usually gives us a little, sometimes it's a raise the roof dance.
A little boogie here.
A little wave. It's week 10, Gray. No, nothing. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. We're waiting. Now we can kick off. Yeah,
he's had a great game. He's been very involved. This whole staff has. Thanks to all of them for their acknowledgement of our 25 years.
When they go back and break down the film, he's going to grade out perfect.
He's been perfect in my eyes.
And Lytle ready to kick off is after 13 unanswered by St. Paul's. The Toros have regained the lead, and they'll pitch this one, trying to get it to kind of the open space, and Gable takes it about the 15, and then nowhere to go there. And again, poor field position for St. Paul's coming up to start this drive with 6 minutes left. So again, keep mentioning if you're just joining us, winner of this game gets the 2 seed and will get to play at home.
Spanish Fort 234 yards. Total yards.
And a defensive touchdown.
And a defensive TD. And St. Paul's 85.
Wow. 74 of those coming on one play.
One play.
Now they'll go back to the Wildcat with Johnston. He'll give it off to Abrams, and nothing doing there.
Yeah, keep in mind,
more of the same.
74 yards on one play. That was a kind of a split over the middle by Johnston, who split split the safeties in the middle of the field, broke a tackle and used his speed. Other than that, it's been such tough sledding.
2nd and 11. I mean, they've been behind the chains.
Exactly. You're probably going to need another play like that.
Johnston has a bit of a hole, and it closes quickly as he's wrapped up and brought down on that one by Woodhall. And he'll bring up a third, but at least a third and manageable here for the Saints. 3rd and about 5 as Johnston got 6.
When you watch Johnston, you know he's a flashy athlete. Not flashy batter, but speed, quickness, moves. But you know he's a tough kid because of the way his brothers play.
Lineage and just a ton of football smarts.
Yep.
And just a junior.
They lean on him a lot.
Abrams with him. Now he's passed it 5 times this year, making 6, and he gets it Off complete to Frazier. And Frazier's going to have the first down. 5 out of 6 this year now for Tate Johnston, and they get the local 119 first down. A little bobble here, and able to grab it, and got the first right at the 30-yard line. Already down to 4.5 to go in this one. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Johnston wants to keep it himself, wanted to go outside, instead came to the middle, and Marino was there to shut it down.
Well, the middle of that line is not for the faint of heart, is it? Marino.
Sellers was there as well.
Sellers, a big-looking athlete.
Sellers, 6'7" and 237. You say rangy. That is what he's kind of the prototype when you're talking about a rangy rush end, defensive end.
Yeah.
They get 1 on first down, so 2nd and 9 coming up. Now you're also starting to worry about, like, how many more times you get to touch the football.
Yeah, I mean, the clock itself, you got to worry about that, just completing this drive or giving yourself a chance to get down there and score.
Johnston, little inside pitch goes to Abrams, and the Toros read that well and shut it down. Marino was there. It was good assignment football. We've said that a number of times here tonight.
I watched them doing this before the game, and they were, you know, the quarterback is reading it just like an option play with a pitch behind him in an option offense, and instead it's a pass ahead.
Yep. Coming up at the end of tonight's game, we'll have our Dr. Pepper player of the game. And sometimes with 3 minutes to go, we know exactly who that's going to be. We don't know here tonight.
No, we don't.
Not a precinct has reported on that one yet. Now, Kenny Johnson back in, fires it off. Frazier hit immediately on 3rd down and driven back and out of bounds. And they'll keep the clock running since he was going backwards. He was pushed out. And they'll bring up 4th and 3 here. Inside 3 minutes to go.
I think you got to go.
And you
got to go.
Yeah, you're down 7 and bring in the big package. They bring in Cross. They bring in Tank Johnson.
Yeah, bring in whatever
Abrams.
you need to bring in to get 3 yards.
And the clock continues to run as we're inside 2.5 to go here. Johnson wants to come to the near side. He's up and nowhere to go. Cameron Lombard read it perfectly, and Johnston had no chance on that one, and Spanish Fort forces the turnover on downs.
They brought a big package in to do some blocking, but that Spanish Fort defense was up to it, Jim. They've just been terrific all night.
And coming to the near side of the field, so not a lot of room over there as well, but boy, what a job by Camden Lombard. But St. Paul's has all 3 timeouts, so still a long way to go here with 2:17 left. This one was 13-0 Spanish Fort at the half, but St. Paul's 2 touchdowns in the first 10 minutes of the second half and tied it at 13. But now Toros have it back. King on the left side breaks through. E.J. King all the way down inside the 20 to the 19. He'll pick up 18. And a local 119 first down moves them into the Dr. Pepper maroon zone, so they stop the clock on the first down until they get everything set. And King just had a huge hole and was able to slip in behind Jones there and rumbles ahead. And now the clock running, and Spanish Fort going to be in no hurry here. Play clock now moves to 10. Again, Saints with 3 timeouts. Schamberger gives it off to Sawyer Wilson, and Wilson brought down, and St. Paul's will take their first timeout with 1:33 left. So they'll have 2 left with 2nd down coming up. What a game.
Great game.
I mean,
this game, it looks like it's going to go to Spanish Fort. It should go to Spanish Fort.
Yeah.
They were the more physical team. They were the more consistent. They were the more consistent play. They had the more consistent play in, play out for sure. Tonight's game brought to you by Local 119 Pipe Fitters. and Plumbers here in Mobile. Also by Herc Reynolds, Pro Solutions. And by the United States Coast Guard, Protect, Defend, Save, Coast Guard.
From the 19, 2nd and 9 coming up for the Toros. They more concerned with running out this clock than anything else. St. Paul's has 2 timeouts left. So another first down would do it for the Toros. And Schamberger gives it off to King on the left side, and there goes E.J. King, and the number 2 seed will be the Spanish Fort Toros. Touchdown from 19 yards, an A&S Calvert touchdown. A&S Calvert strengthened by Steele. Innovations by their people, now hiring AMSCalvertJobs.com. Untouched up the left side until he got inside the 10.
They knew when to unleash King here late in the game. Legs are tired, spirits are down. That's that's not a good position for you trying to keep this guy out of the end zone.
And I guess one way to think, but you're almost maybe happy he did score there as opposed to the first down. A first down, you can run out the clock. Now you still have a chance to maybe run one back, onside kick. You
have opportunities, but also you've given up another score. Now you are 2 scores down.
You have to get.
Yeah, you need a lot of good things to happen.
But they would have just been able to run out the clock there with that first down. So look at our top 10 here in 6A, and what a. Oh, we're going to look at all of them. All right, 1A. Wadley unbeaten on the year heading into tonight's game. Leroy, Hackleburg, Spring Garden. Look at all those undefeated teams there. We got 3 of them in the top 4. Elba, Sweetwater, Maplesville, Lynn, McKenzie.
Pisgah right there, number 1 in 2A.
My brother gave me an assist on that one.
Yeah, I think they happen all year.
Yeah, Highland Home.
I learned from Dalton, who does the sports in the morning.
There we go. Got it. So there you get your 2A.
Clark County, they'll probably be the most local of all those teams.
T.R. Miller, unbeaten. And number 1 in 3A. We got Thomasville at 4A there. And then we move up to 5A. Viger last night fell, go to 4A first. Jackson, 9-1. Pleasant Grove, St. Michael with a big win last night over UMS. Look at Opp in there. The Aaron family. This one at the 35 and a big hit, and now we'll see the Saints come out. 5A, Central Catholic, number 1 spot. Central Clay County, number 2. Viger lost last night to Baker to finish up the season. 5A going against 7A. Saraland's been there all year, and you got St. Paul's was number 8. Spanish Fort was there, number 8 last week, and they're going to bounce out. So Spain Park is going to take on, if things stay, Spain Park and McGill will meet in the first round. Then it will be Benjamin Russell coming to Spanish Fort, and St. Paul's going to Helena if everything stays the same here for the next 1 minute and 22 seconds. Hoover, ranked number 2. Auburn at 9-0 on the year in 7A. Get 4 weeks of playoffs, and then the first weekend in December. Friday and Saturday, Thursday and Friday championship games in Birmingham. And doesn't look like the Saints are going to take a timeout. Here's the clock just continues to roll on. What a dominant performance here tonight by Spanish Fort. St. Paul's just going to take a knee and just be happy to get out of here and not risk an injury over the next couple of plays, and they'll move on and go on the road. Want to thank our great partners all season long. Our final broadcast here tonight, Dr. Pepper, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, Greer's IBW 505, Dean Waite Injury Lawyers, McMurphy Orthodontics, Roof Doctors, also Local 119, Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Techs, along with not just any kind of fitters, pipe fitters. Herc Reynolds, United States Coast Guard, and AM&S Calvert here for the last time. So Spanish Fort gets the win. They get the number 2 seed. They finish 8-2, and we'll come back and hear from the victorious head coach after this. Final score here tonight in the final region game in 6A Region 1. Spanish Fort 8-2, 6-2 in the region. They clinched the number 2 seed. They'll be home next week taking on Benjamin Russell. St. Paul's ends up as the number 3 seed. McGill will be number 4. And St. Paul's and McGill will be on the road next week. But the victorious head coach is down in the field with Dan Brennan.
With Coach Chase Smith, and I was watching you in the second half, thinking to myself, boy, this coaching thing is so easy. So you're up 13-0. You give them no yards in the first half, 0.
Yeah.
And in a blink of an eye, it's tied at 13-13, and suddenly you guys have got to fight your way out again.
Well, that's all we talk about. That's what we pride ourselves on, is we challenge the kids, grit, adversity. You know, we went through, we know there's going to be adversity in a football game, right? So we came out, we showed our grit, we made plays. I'm just so proud of my guys.
There's so many people to talk about. The defense was incredible, especially the line of scrimmage was lights out. Yeah. Schamberger was great on offense. When you needed a big play, he got it.
He did. I mean, he's a leader. He's a winner. I mean, he came out. He never phased them. Hats off to them. They did a phenomenal job. It was a great high school football. And we know coming over here, it's hard to win over here. Yeah. And we just found a way.
Did the weather play a factor at all, the kind of the surprise rain showers?
No. Okay. I mean, we played in the rain most of the year.
All right. We got our friend Paul from Dr. Pepper's here. Yeah. Okay. Number 1 rule, do not crush the announcer. Paul, it's all yours.
Coach, I just want to say on behalf of Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper, congrats on a great win.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all enjoy this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And the Toros get the belt and a home game on Friday as they'll open up the playoffs at home against Benjamin Russell. A happy bunch of Toros there as they get the impressive victory here tonight. As Chase Smith said, it's hard to win on the road in 6A Region 1, but Aiden Schamberger there with 2 touchdowns here tonight as the quarterback for the Spanish Fort Toros. And this one, the first one to put them on top by a score of 6-0. They missed the extra point. And then this one put them on top 13-0, and it really felt like the Toros were cruising here and picked up 39 on one scamper and really just took care of the football here tonight and bounces back from a rough loss last week. And Schamberger on the night ends up with 148 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, so that makes him get to shake Randy Kennedy's hand. It also makes him our Dr. Pepper player of the game. So Spanish Fort with the win here tonight. Hey, thanks. I can't thank everybody. I got Jared Kehos, who's been with us forever. Thank him. Dan Brennan, of course. Vince Early in our truck. Jason Welch, Sam Day. So many great folks back at NBC 15 and also at UTV 44. And thanks to you, our viewers, for sticking with us all season long. Toros win at 27-13. We close out week number 10 here on Friday Night Rivals. Dan Brennan and I lucky enough to close out 25 years of doing this here on Fridays along the Gulf Coast. And if everything goes well, maybe we'll be back for number 26 next August.